in NBA.
Is he? Yeah.
You're on the score, aren't you?
Yeah, one left. That's right. The people aren't in a rush. Should I tell the WhatsApp?
Have you got the picture on hand? You can use that picture as well.
I can.
Yes.
Hello, Elliot. Speak for yourself, mate. Evie, I have to look down because my computer's here, my camera's up here, so I have to make it work. Rod is currently on mute. I think somebody's knocked at his door. There he is.
The classic door knock.
Both my kids came in 10 seconds after each other, asked if they could have ice cream.
And can they?
Ask their mother.
Right?
That's the answer. Ask your mum.
Nice.
It's always the answer.
But what about when mum says no and then they come back?
Oh,
Yeah.
they always do that. I say, Harvey, what did your mum say? And he goes, to ask you.
Go back and ask Mum.
That's definitely not what she said.
No.
Oh, there's Guy.
How is everyone? Bit early in the night for a face reveal, but here we are.
We've had our heads on Neon before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have put this on SCA as well.
We did it on first opening night, I think it was.
Yeah, we did. That was fun. How good is it, Guy? I have tons
To
of
be fair, we've been at enough shows now to see most of people face to face.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, for sure. I think you can turn on SCA like halfway through.
It's coming up on 4 months since we started now.
Feels like it's gone very quick, but like still feels very slow at the same time.
Yeah, big time.
No, Guy, you haven't given us the opportunity to see you yet. You're going to have to come over. Actually, you'll be able to see George when he goes, oh, you're not in England at the moment, though.
I might take a nice little trip over and see Guy in Cyprus. There's much worse places to go.
You're not wrong.
We're live on SCA now as well. Do we want to be live in the group or just the page?
The group.
Right. I'll turn on the group.
Means we have to do the restream link, though, that's all.
Do I have any of my jerseys framed? See how this goes. There's England 2000. Spain 2010 World Cup winners kit. I've got the 2010 badges from the World Cup and England's 2010 World Cup. And then I've got a bunch of Chelsea ones in my lounge room. But they're the ones in my office anyway.
It's hard to think what we can accomplish in the next year or so, Tommy, especially the way the hobby is growing. It's been insane.
Yeah,
Safe to say it. We are exhausted, but having fun doing it. So,
oh yeah,
it's been great so far, and the support you guys have given us has been immense. So, we can't do it without you.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, yeah, it's been awesome. New releases, I had a lot of intrepidation around the new releases. World Cup Prizm did fill me with a bit of optimism because I think that showed that Panini were listening to some degree as far as what we wanted. And then they released EPL Prizm and the checklist looked okay. No one was sure what to expect, and it blew away everyone's expectations. A lot of people had low expectations, which is fair. based on Prism Hobby last year, based on a lot of the releases last year, the expectations were pretty low. But yeah, happy to say you could make a checklist of what was wrong with last year's Prism Hobby, and they've just about ticked every one of them off. So it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, been absolutely flying.
Who's the handsome one, bottom right? Oh, that's me.
Oh, here's this guy.
Uh, yeah.
Guy, yeah, look, we sort of, wanted to make sure we went it alone and did everything that we possibly could off our own backs. And primarily, soccer is what we know at the moment. What the future holds, we have no idea. We have no idea. We are open to pretty much anything that we feel we can do justice to. We're not going to go out and jump straight into products we don't necessarily know or things we don't necessarily know. But who's that? Facebook user, you need to click the restream link.
That's Varcoli.
Mr. Varcoli. Either jump onto somewhere else or click on the restream link. There is currently 11 people watching from SC8. Make sure you allow permissions on that restream link. Is the hype for Tops release as big as the Panini ones? Well, Elliot, Tops haven't released any information on hobby releases. They dropped first edition, which gave us our first insight into what the checklists are going to look like. They are stupidly rookie heavy. There is a bunch of rookies that I've never heard of. I'll bring it up. So they just announced Topps first edition, and they're calling it it's not a Champions League product, it's a European competition one, which is what Merlin is like. So where are we? There you go. Club competitions is what they're calling it. So let me get through their capture.
You are a robot.
I am a robot. So they're actually still available for sale. I opened a bit of first edition last year. It was pretty cool. It's it was a relatively short printed product. You can see it there. Haaland Autos is obviously going to be one of the big chases in every product this year. Pretty slick design. That's the boxes there. So these all come with the first edition. They're a paper product, so they're not printed on the chromium cards. Bakayoko. Is he related to the other Bakayoko? Julian Alvarez's rookies, obviously. Big Ben's Goncalo Ramos, rookie autos. Rookie autos, first autos, I reckon.
It'll be interesting to see if they keep Haaland as short as they have in the past, though.
Well, yeah, Panini have come out and said, we're not going to sandbag a lot of them. I'm not sure if you guys can read that. Let me try and zoom in a bit. There we go. So it's a pretty big checklist. It's 7 pages long. Topps' checklists are always painful. They don't tell us what the short prints are numbered to and all the rest of it. They just give you names. But as you can see, there's a ton of rookies. Like these guys I've never heard of. Valentin Carboni, Dijon Kamiri, Amine Guri for Stade, Pablo Torre we've heard of, Farid Alidou. Don't know any of these guys. So Rio Hatate's in there for Celtic. That's pretty cool.
This is where you need Mr. Egan to come in and tell us who all these people are.
This guy, Rooney Badji.
Oh, yeah.
Rooney Badji. I reckon he was named after the great man. It's not spelled right, but...
Or the Onion Baji.
Bino Gittins, we know, is a somewhat of a chase, but there is, I could go on for hours. Look at all the rookies. There is tons of them. Copenhagen have just been pumped in there. Club Bruges, Feyenoord guys, lots of Dutch league rookies. Now, first edition doesn't always have a massive auto list either. So there's first edition variations. Then there's title winners first edition variations, combo cards first edition, Spurs of the moment. It's going to be interesting. Blue Moon Ballers. That's pretty cool. I don't know what these cards are. There's a Sony one. There's Generational Gems for Barca. A Xavi Simon for PSV. A PSV Prodigies for PSV. And Back in Business for Man U. That could be pretty cool. The Star Balls are back. Same thing. Bunch of rookies. The auto list is pretty stacked, but I don't think you're guaranteed an auto. So we don't know what the autos are going to fall like. Garnacho autos, Griezmann, CDK, Kulusevski, Moreira Jr. from Benfica. Dushan's autos, that'll be cool. Camavinga, Haaland, ESR's got autos in Tops this year. Fabio Carvalho again. Sonny's in there. Jack Grealish for Furuhashi autos for Celtic. Been a while since Celtic have had a big current auto to chase. Messi and Neymar in there. Alba, Pablo Torre, Gonzalo Ramos, old mate Rooney Budgie, and Sandro Tonali. So that's the entire auto checklist. So it'd be interesting to see how often they fall. I reckon last year they were like one in every 3 or 4 boxes. Um, but that is that sort of things. Ganacho has cheap autos, but with Leaf, Leaf are currently on a mission to try and get first autos for everyone. Leaf are literally signing 15, 16-year-olds with NIL deals, like we're seeing a lot in the American sports. So, all these, now that junior, high school, college athletes in America can sign NIL deals and start to get paid as a 15, 16, 17-year-old, it's changed the whole complexion of American sports. There's that McDonald's championship on at the moment, and players are wearing either Nikes or it's sponsored by Adidas. It's an Adidas competition, but I think Bronny and one other player are wearing Nike because they've signed. They're the only players in the whole tournament that are wearing Nike because they've both signed NIL deals, which is name, image, and likeness deals with Nike. So that's what Leaf are trying to do. Brian Gray's big on the NIL stuff, so he's just basically signing as many 15, 16, 17-year-olds as he can to sign on hopes that one or two of them become massive and they get their first autos. So interesting business model.
Not a bad way to go about it.
It's like that. Have you seen that tennis? Who's that tennis prodigy at the moment? The Spanish kid,
Alvarez.
Alvarez.
Yeah, but it really doesn't matter because Leafs autos still, as soon as they get an official Panini or Topps auto, they still sell for way more than Leafs.
They do, and that'll be the same for a long time. But that Alvarez, his autos with Leaf, are selling for like absurd amounts. Where is he? Tennis.
Not far off, guy. Not far off.
Is it Alvarez? Alvarez. Yeah. I can't even find any comps on them, but they're selling for stupid amounts. But yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting. Tops are releasing their Bowman first as well, which has got the under 21s, under 21s Road to Nations League. I think it is. It's not Euros or anything. It's Road to Nations League, which is going to have another bunch of all the under 21 soccer players from all the nations. Which that'll be interesting.
Plenty of fun top stuff to come, right? Aren't they going to release like 10 different products in the next 2 months?
Yeah, there's going to be a heap come out.
Well, it's going to be like Flagship, and then Chrome, then Light, then Stadium Club, then Finest. We've got at least all of those.
Merlin. Yeah, and then they have their little subsets sort of running in between.
Yeah, Tom, we'll have some NBA Prizm, mate, as long as the prices are right.
Tino yawning is a warning. NBA Prizm is going to be a big release for us as well. We'll definitely be doing NBA Prizm. When's that out, Georgie?
Not long. 2-3 weeks.
Oh wow, that close.
Mm.
So we'll be doing NBA Prizm. We'll be doing the products we know and that get released along the way. We might skip a few. Like we're not going to get any first edition. I want to see what Topps products are like when they drop, and for better or worse. You can still buy first edition on the Topps website for €175, I think it is. So if you do want a box, could be cool for a personal rip. We just don't know what's going to happen. I did hear a rumor that Topps basically got battered from pillar to post by Panini last year. A lot of Topps were still sitting on the shelf as far as Chrome and Finest in particular, and a few Stadium Club and a few others. So then World Cup Prizm come out, which just blew everyone away. Topps basically said, all right, what we're doing, we're going to scrap it and we're going to start from scratch and try again. So that's why there's been all the delays and everything else hasn't sort of come through yet. So I don't know. I'm sort of getting a little bit of confidence in that Tops will bring out some products that are a lot better than last year, but until we see them opened.
Deco was better than it was last year.
Deco was a lot better.
Duke created set was sick as well.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed those two things are good signs to come for the more mass-produced sets.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Those sets obviously are a lot quicker to punch out and print for them. They don't print as many. They distribute them all themselves. So they could, it'll take a lot longer to rejig a Chrome set or a Stadium Club or anything like that. So it should be cool. It should be cool. Inception 22-23, same thing.
It should be sick.
Guy about the Bakary segment auto thing. Some redemption, some live. We have seen that before, Guy. Sonny last year was a redemption base and silver. His purple and gold was a live auto. So it's not the first time we've seen that. Top Panini, we've now seen an auto checklist without redemptions. And it's an interesting discussion. I'd like to hear thoughts from you guys that we've seen a Panini checklist without redemptions in it now. There's only 5 case hit autos. So, Foden, Haaland, Beckham, KDB, and one more. I can't even think.
Well, in Prizm?
Yeah, in Prizm.
Pulisic.
So, obviously, Panini have built the checklist around what autos they have on hand. Sagna's the only redemption, along with a couple of jewels, which is way less than anything we've seen for the last couple of years. I'm sure they have autos in the pipeworks and they've got autos coming, but would you prefer that they put in redemptions and puffed up, maybe a redemption CR7, maybe a redemption Gerrard if they could have got Gerrards, or would you rather see a deeper auto checklist with redemptions or the checklist we've got now?
Yeah, I think it's good. The checklist now is a lot better than it has been. There's still a lot of ones you don't want to see, but there's a lot more that you do. And the fact that you can get like Darwin, Drogba, Keane, all these players as non-case hits is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Toure is a nice addition as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you saw a Yaya in last year's Prizm, you wouldn't have seen any other good autos in the whole case.
No.
Where now the case hit auto, unless it's Haaland or Foden, generally is not the best auto in the case.
Yeah, and I think the reason they've done that is because they probably didn't have enough of those autos to make them case hits. So they probably, like we've seen more Pulisic than we've seen Firminos. We've seen more Pulisic than we've seen
Harry Maguire's.
Yayas. Sorry?
They haven't seen that many Harry Maguire's yet.
We haven't. So obviously, based on how many they've got, it's tricky. And that's the other thing as well. The clubs that perhaps are missing autos, they just didn't have enough to put them in. I'm sure they would have loved to have put some Leeds autos and stuff in there. But would Leeds fans rather have there be a redemption auto in there? Todd Adams pulls that patch auto. I've only pulled one Maguire. It's very disappointing. I don't think I've pulled one. Did you get one, Tino?
I haven't seen one.
Nah, I hit none, but the 1-on-1 got pulled straight away first day. So
because if I hit it, I would have one-touched it if I hit it.
Yeah, I haven't seen one.
Yeah, I would have sticked it as well.
Yeah,
100%.
He's avoiding me.
Rob would have wasted all his stickers on it. Guy taking shots at Leeds.
What would you change from your own team on the checklist, Georgie? Your answer is pretty obvious, but you want to tell us anyway?
Yeah, I wish Tony had a card. That's mainly it. I just wish Tony had a card. It doesn't make sense that he didn't. Like, I understand potentially why, but he's called up to England. He's still playing. There's still no charges, and he's not got a card.
Yeah.
That plus, what Tomo said, we got no color blast or deep space.
Yeah.
Which is a bit shit. The Groovies, we got Raya Groovy, which is all right, but at least we got something short. But still, no color blast is the worst thing in the set.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not happy with the color blast overall. I think the color blast overall, how they work, is not good.
I'm of the opinion that the color blast checklist should be stacked with bona fide stars. And I know it's not entirely this year, but it's a lot better than the previous soccer one. If you hit an NBA color blast, it's going to be Trey, Luka, LeBron, someone massive.
They're all $2,000 cards.
Yeah, they're going to be massive cards. For the amount that we're seeing them, like we've done 21 cases, we've seen one. Imagine how one colour blast was Dean Henderson.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
the only
Well,
thing. I think that with the 20 color blast checklist with one for each team, they should be more like you should see them more. They should
Yeah,
just come up, yeah,
like the black ones in.
which is fine. Like I don't want them to be like Obsidian where you're guaranteed one because that'll make them worthless. But
Yeah,
if they came one in five, the numbers were they wouldn't be bad at all for
yeah,
20 teams.
yeah. I think that's fair. They either need to keep them super high end and have them 1 in 8 cases, or
Yeah.
bring them down to 1 in 3 cases and have one per team.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Like the checklist is obviously good. Like 90% of the ones you get there, you're happy with if you hit one, which is good for how short they are. But I would still much prefer to be able to chase one for my team, especially if I'm buying in fucking 30 cases.
Yeah, 100%. I've just summoned Henderson now. I know I shouldn't have said that.
The only thing I could probably pick on is the fact that they had Fernando Torres autos in Revo, and then didn't bring him back as a flashback auto in Prizm as a case hit,
Yeah,
which would have added some spice to it. You know, you got 5 case hits, at least have 1 or 2 more. I think that's probably my only thing is they could have had maybe 7 or 8 case hits. Limited.
no one would have complained with Torres being a case hit.
No way.
They could have. Oh, sorry, they could have. I think the issue is, and this is another thing I found out, that supposedly Panini's sales team for soccer are UK, but their development team are US. So the sales team in the UK must hate the development team in the US because they make these stupid decisions, and the UK guys have got to then sell the product, which isn't the hardest job in the world, obviously.
Especially when Pulisic is a case hit order in every single product.
Yeah, correct. Like the Pulisic thing's super annoying. And you look at like some of the autos across the other product. I know Liverpool, like you've got Xabi Alonso autos were in half a dozen products last year. There still hasn't been a Xabi Alonso Liverpool auto. Like Liverpool fans would go nuts for a nice Xabi Alonso auto. There's a number of, like Joe Cole being a Liverpool auto in this set. I know Chelsea didn't need another one.
Bring Peter Crouch in.
Crouchy, yeah. Like I
would buy Crouch autos, no matter what kit it was in.
I would go off on a Dirt Kite auto. Like
that's the thing. I think
the problem.
They don't understand the passion that soccer fans have for their clubs, and the fact that any good player from the club's history is something is sought after. The legend autos in NBA and NFL are dirt. They're worth nothing. Unless they were a Hall of Famer, top 10 of all time, they're worth nothing. The individual club autos are just not a chase, but that's not the case in football. It's just not. So there's that many good players like Peter Crouch, who most Americans have probably never heard of. That would be a really cool chase. It'd be a really
people would die for his auto.
Yeah, Ian Rush.
Especially because he hasn't Crouch hasn't got cards. Anything.
He's literally nothing. He's got nothing.
I've just sent off a 2010 Panini sticker to SGC.
Oh wow!
So that'd be cool to get back.
There's so many players that they've literally just missed the boat with that could get so many more people involved in the product. They just there's a lot of people who like vintage players, vintage autos, and all the rest of it. So they could reach that market because the vintage. Let's be honest, the vintage collectors hate modern. Most of them hate the modern stuff. They hate the modern product, the print run, all the rest of it. But there are some really, really good modern sets which they could get more involved in is if they just gave a little bit of that, maybe a wider range of the checklist.
The autos
they do have some, but
the autos should be obtainable as well. Like, how hard would it be to get Letitia to sign some Southampton cards?
Yeah, it can't be hard. What's he doing?
Yeah, what's he doing? What's he going to cost? He's not going to charge a fortune. I think he's broke, isn't he? Or he's on the way. But
most of them would be broke by now.
Yeah, you should be able to get these guys. You should be able to get Ginola to sign some cards. You should be able to get some guys who are genuine stars to be able to sign some cards.
Imagine Fergie autos.
Fergie would be nuts. Ian Wright has had autos at some point. I do remember them.
Yeah, Ian Wright had autos in 2021.
Yeah, he was at West Ham.
Didn't he have them for West Ham?
Did he have West Ham or was it Crystal Palace?
No,
it might have been Palace.
No, he had Palace autos because I had
One of
one.
them. Yeah, no Son Kane is a killer for all the Spurs fans.
Massive, yeah. They should have at
You would
least
have
had
liked at
Sonny.
least one of them right, let alone
Sonny
no.
literally has autos in every single product except Prizm
Rob.
now this year. Rob.
Hey Yanni,
No,
if we can make it work timing wise, let me know. I can
All
sort
right.
something out. I think I'm doing something with the double coverage boards soon.
Yeah, Doma messaged. Oh, I spoke to Doma briefly as well at the Melbourne Hobby Hangout. So he said that we're going to organise something with us and them, which will be cool.
Yeah.
I'm just going to duck off, but I'll see you guys shortly on the 3K. So
Enjoy, Tino.
thank you.
Who wants to take Tino's spot?
We can invite someone.
We can invite someone on stream, but you need to be trusted.
We can't invite Guy.
Yeah, club badges and stadiums would be incredible. For sure. Do you know,
Yeah, bring
Panini
Stadium back.
Panini are definitely catching up on redemptions. Plenty of people have had their redemptions filled over the last couple of months. They have been pumping through them. Been maybe a little bit quiet over the last week or two, but they did do a massive rush just before
Sorry,
that.
Guy.
God, I don't know if anyone will understand what you're saying either. Anyway.
Yeah, Brentford are $5 to beat Brighton. It is not a bad outside shout.
At home or at
It's at
away?
Brighton, so it's a hard game, but $5 isn't a bad shout.
Not at all. Invite Furhat. Someone got an Henri Color Blast redemption replacement really out of this set that came out a week ago. That's nuts.
Jesus.
I do know someone who got some mid to high end stuff replaced with some really nice NBA Color Blasts.
That'll be good.
Yeah, but
I've been
when are we
asking
gonna?
for a Saka color wheel as my replacements.
Yeah, when are we gonna see Zidane autos? That's what I want to know. That's gonna be massive. So
He's the type of guy that'll pop up in Chronicles or La Liga Select.
Yeah.
La Liga Select, I reckon, will have a sick checklist. There'll be heaps of vets in there.
Yeah, well, there's none of it around. There's a little bit of La Liga Select. There's a little bit of there's no Serie A Select around. We're still looking. If anyone sees some Serie A Select around for sale, let me know because I can't get any at the moment.
On-card mount to 10 is worth far less than I redeemed it. Yeah, it certainly is.
Make sure if you're on Facebook, if you're on the Facebook group Soccer Cards Australia, make sure you follow the link for Restream to give you permission. I've got to find it again. Where is it?
Or jump on YouTube.
Or jump on YouTube, or jump on the Facebook page. Viduka Auto would be very cool. Newcastle would be.
Where does Mount go, or does he stay? I reckon he goes to Hull and plays with people of his caliber.
It's going to be interesting. I think Bowley obviously is not afraid to spend the money, and he's not too worried about money. And I don't know. I think he's almost going to be arrogant enough to demand a stupid amount of money for Mount, even though he's in the last year of his contract. But and that will throw a lot of people off. Like he's going to turn around and go, "I want 70 million for Mount," and people are going to go, "Well, we'll just sign him for nothing in 12 months."
Yeah, it's not even worth it.
No, he's not. Like he's probably a $30 million player with 1 year left on his contract. But yeah, I just don't know if Bowley's going to let him go for any less.
I quite like Mount, but you can't deny that he's been shit. Like, I don't mind him as a player. It's just not good. Mount will go buying. Yeah, that'll ruin his career. He can go sit next to Gravy on the bench. Matthias Tell. Buying is where you want to go if you don't want to do anything ever again.
It's a black hole. I'm going to look at a mini for the 3K start for anyone that's keen. There's only 10 spots left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Go open the
shisha. Vaping, go open the shisha I sent you. It's still sitting in the box in my garage.
Uh-oh. Tuchel wants him. Put him on the bench. Who's he going to start over at Bayern? No one. Go there and do hard nothing.
What shirt has George got on? Looks like a high vis.
No, it's my England kit.
Rough.
England away from this year or last year.
Rough.
Muller is getting old. Yeah, he's not good at what Muller plays in a 10. Mount just doesn't have that ability anymore.
Musiala is Mueller's replacement.
Thanks, Guy. That's a clip and a half. You can use that for whatever you want. Works in every atmosphere.
Drink lagers.
I wish.
Who's winning tonight? City v Liverpool. The bookies aren't giving Liverpool a chance.
I was going to bet on it, but it wasn't even worth a bet. Let's have a look, see what your odds are at now.
No, Haaland, I've heard that. He's got the old Liverpool fluke.
Liverpool 550 for a win. It's
Yeah.
worth punt. No one said City then.
No one. Klopp's the only manager in the world that's got a winning record against Pep.
Liverpool to concede 5. Somehow doubt that.
All right, Haaland mini will come later on, I think. Well, we could probably put it up now.
It's worth 100. I reckon it is.
Mm-hmm.
The ponies were good to me today, so I could probably afford 100 on it.
Luis Diaz, I think he's back for Liverpool. Luis Diaz should at least be on the bench. I think
that's paying $1 guy. You lose money if you bet on that.
100 spot Haaland mini. The issue is we pay a transaction fee, so 100 spots.
We get roll.
we get rolled on it because we pay 100 transaction fees.
It's still 129.
These breaks do it as well. The big ones with 90 odd spots.
Just dominate.
What do we got?
Yeah, Pony's done me good today, Taves.
What do we got?
My Origins is full, by the way, as well. We'll run that after we finish up here.
Two spot Haaland mini.
Who wants to send it?
The Haaland mini will probably be 30 spots, 99 a spot, and first, second, and third will get Haaland in a case.
That works. Then you're going to have to randomise who gets them in what case, or first gets first case,
No,
second
first gets first case, first gets first case, second gets second case, third gets third case. And then
Haaland to a hitless draw. Sure. We could have given Haaland away if we charged everyone else an extra $300.
Yeah, literally we could have if we did. There was 88 spots, so we do 880 divided by 88. If everyone else wants to pay an extra $33, we can give Haaland away. Personal favorite card pulled by Neon in Prizm 22-23. Personal favorite card pulled. The Garnacho is pretty special. Like, he's the chase rookie of the set. So to get a Prizm hobby, which is the big dog, to 5 is going to take some topping. Like that's one of the best cards in the set. That is a top. What's a bigger card than that? The gold. If you exclude 101s, right? We exclude 101s. The gold Garnacho is bigger than the green. Don't ask, it just works. The gold Haaland's bigger. The green Haaland's bigger. The purple orange auto Haaland. The gold. And then maybe a couple of color blasts, maybe. The Trent color blast was the build up to it was nuts. 22 when he had first and second. Oh no.
I've only opened 2 cases, so I can't really have a favorite.
Is Saliba's RC underrated this year?
Yeah. Well, I thought Saliba was underrated in World Cup, but his prices started nuts and then went to shit. Like, you can pick a gold to 10 up for like $60. So I don't know. It's not a bad chase if he continues to play at Arsenal and continues to perform, but I wouldn't go dropping the wallet on him.
Yeah, I think the thing with Arsenal at the moment and it's translating to the hobby, is that they're right on the cusp of being bona fide, but everyone is still expecting them to shit the bed.
Yeah.
So people are like, geez, there's some good players like Odegaard and Saka and Martinelli and all that sort of stuff, but everyone's still expecting Arsenal to collapse. So I think at the moment you can still pick up some really good pricing on cards, especially like Saka's looking like being a player of a generation for England. And his cards sell well, but not massively well. But I think if Arsenal prove their bona fides this year and win the title, that will give people a lot more trust and confidence in them to really
Yeah.
go in.
Yeah, I've been trying to pick Saka up where I can. Another thing with Saliba is it's hard to invest in rookie defenders like it always has been, it always will be. It is not as wanted as midfielders and attackers, so most of your rookie defender chases are not going to work out too great. Unless they're a left or right back who end up playing on the wing.
Mhm.
I've had plenty of shit fucking left and right back chases in my time.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Rayan Aït-Nouri is still going to come in good, trust it. I have like 28 Nori rookie stickers.
I would have had such a good Glenn Johnson PC.
Oh, my hero.
Goal of the year scorer.
Lucky Reese has turned out the way he has. He needs to keep. He's not done yet. Reese isn't a superstar yet, I don't think. I know he's one of the best right backs in England, but he still hasn't done the plot. He hasn't ticked over the part where he's just going to be a bona fide superstar. He's still just another English right back to me, I think. He's very close. He needs to keep fit. He needs to keep fit and he needs to keep playing and he needs to win something. I play tomorrow, Elliot. Future captain of Chelsea. I don't know if I see a captain in him. He's not got no dog in him. You look at like Terry and Dave. They both had just dog in them. Where Reece
Maguire.
doesn't have that. You need your captain to just 2-foot someone, kick people in the shins and shit. JJ to the moon. He's killing it. England under 21s captain, killing it.
He is crushing it.
Yeah, he's a great chase.
I'm just trying to figure out a mini.
What do we got left?
I think we'll go Alvarez up first. Son for second. Then we'll go West Ham others.
Bellingham, future captain of Liverpool. I still don't reckon he'll go to Liverpool.
Yeah, I don't reckon we'll be able to match.
I think he'll go to Madrid. Not that Madrid need him, or that's a good move for him, but that's where I reckon he'll go. You got battered in goals. Oh, no. How'd you go, Elliot? No clean sheet this time? Glenn Johnson better than Reece James. Collect a lot of Balde. Yeah, see, a lot of the rookie defenders like that, it's worth holding on to them because you never know. I dropped the absolute wallet on Tarek Lamptey. I had like the full rainbow Prizm and immaculate and impeccable. And I sold it just before he changed nation, luckily, because now half of those cards that I paid like $300 for, you can get for like $40. So I got out at the right time. Lost 4-1. Pain. I don't see Bellingham going there either. 2 30-yard free kicks. Should have had those ones, Elliot. You see him coming a mile away. Bellingham to City. City self Silva and Ilkay to secure it. Yeah, I can see that happening. Bellingham and Haaland back together. Can certainly see it.
Absolutely. The I don't know. Yeah, I just think wages wise, Liverpool won't get near them.
No, he'll want way too much.
Well, so I don't think he'll necessarily want too much, but he's going to get offered too much. Well, whatever it is, they're just going to say Liverpool will go, oh, we'll give you 150 a week, and then someone's just going to go 300.
Yeah, City.
Yeah. All right, look at a mini.
Yeah, I got a decent Bellingham collection right now, so I'm hoping he does something good. Hello,
Yeah,
Big O.
go to Real Madrid. I don't think Real Madrid's going to be the best option for his hobby.
No, it's definitely not a good move for him, but I still reckon that's where he'll go. Man City will try to sign Saka. I don't know if they need him, and I don't know if Arsenal will let him go. City don't necessarily need him, but they didn't necessarily need half the people they bought. So, the Arsenal get Declan Rice. Yeah, someone's going to get Declan Rice because he's not going to play at a club coming 17th again. Got my Jude Stadium order on its way to PSA. Yeah, sick. I've got a bunch of Judes at PSA at the moment, due back probably in the next couple of weeks, which is cool. Who can afford them? Bayern, PSG, City, Real Madrid, Barca. That's probably it. Well, Chelsea now because they just buy everyone.
Yeah, I think Liverpool will sell Salah. I think Salah's gone, as good as gone.
$30 million player now.
No, I think we'll still get 50 or 60 for him, but we broke the wage structure to pay him, and he's still like, you look at, he's still on 22 goals and 13 assists or something stupid for the year, but he's dropped off from where he was when he signed the contract. So they'll be looking at it from their Moneyball perspective, going,
He'll go back to Syria.
yeah, I think he'll probably go to PSG. He'll go to PSG.
Do they want him?
Messi will go back to Barca, and Salah will replace him at PSG.
I don't know. I don't know if he's a PSG player. Well, anyone's good at PSG, to be fair. So
Yeah.
I could play up front for them and score some goals, I reckon. Liverpool sold everyone that made Salah good. Yeah.
I said it the other day, and I debate anyone against it. Salah and Trent have both been exposed, as you call it, because of Henderson's drop off. Henderson played that role where he was the link up player between them. He tracked back for Salah. He covered Trent when Trent went on an adventure into midfield and ran his legs off all day. He's dropped off. We've got no natural replacement for him. So now Trent's getting exposed and Salah doesn't have the space and the freedom that he used to.
I think you just have a shit midfield.
Well, that's it. The midfield's dropped off. We've got no legs in the midfield anymore. So
No. You need new Hendo.
we need new Hendo. We do.
Declan Rice would be a good fit for you guys.
Yeah, I think the Declan Rice could do that well, but I don't think we'll, because we've got Badgetic coming through. We need that motor in there. I don't know. We need the motor in there.
Milner can still go.
Sorry?
Milner can still go.
Milner, yeah, that's the thing. We're playing Milner as a right back and all the rest of this shit.
I don't think Mount replaces Hendo at all. I don't like to say it, but Mount's just nowhere near as good as Henderson was. I don't think. Bellingham fits. Bellingham certainly fits. Just they probably won't get him. That's all right, Oscar. At least you're here now, my friend.
I'm just doing a mini for the 3K up. It's going to be $50 a spot. 30 spots. With Alvarez, Son, West Ham, Vardy. I can't believe the Vardy spot didn't sell. $130 and he's got every card in the set just about. And Bournemouth others.
Not bad.
3 cases.
Mane leaving. Yeah, Mane hurt Salah a lot. And then Mane went to the club where you go to die.
The issue with Mane was he left and then Diaz got injured. Like our Mane replacement got injured. And then Darwin got put in that position, which is not his natural position. So it just all went to shit. So we, I think if Diaz stays fit, Darwin plays centrally, we're a much, much better team, which we should be as long as everyone stays fit for the rest of the year.
You didn't put KDB in that many, did you?
No.
Okay, because it's gone.
Oi, I almost did.
Balogun. Looks like he's going to be US. I think something came out yesterday where he said, yeah, I'll be doing US.
He deleted all his social media England stuff, apparently.
Yeah. Not necessarily a big loss for England, I don't think. I mean, we need someone who's going to replace Kane, but someone else will come up. Coombsy,
Mr.
Abu.
Coombs. England put up a Balogun appreciation video. Yeah, but then your dickhead manager came out and said, "Oh, we've got Nketiah." Like if I was,
We've got the third choice striker from
yeah,
Arsenal.
yeah. It's like if I was Balogun and the England manager came out and said, "Look, it's really hard to pick England. We've got Nketiah." I would be on the first plane to LA.
Ramsey is a good buy for Liverpool.
Ramsey, I would love Ramsey, but it would make me sad because I sold his Nebula rookie.
RIP. Yeah, Ramsey would fit really well.
Supposedly, we're banging for Nunes. Like we've almost got it from Wolves. We've almost got a pre-contract agreement.
What, Matthias?
Yeah.
I haven't seen much about him.
No, he goes all right from what I've seen. But Wolves are just such a hard team to watch.
Rashford probably is good enough to replace Kane, but Kane plays a completely different style of football. He plays back to goal hold up play where Rashford more breaks defenses and runs angles and things. So England are still going to need the target man striker, I think, unless they completely change the way they attack. But Rashford's more than good enough to score the goals that Kane scores. It's just about holding the ball up and the way he plays and assists the rest of the team. Kane makes the wingers better for England. He gives them so much they can do when he's back to the goal, where Rashford wouldn't do that. So they need another big man striker. I think Kane's all right. He's shit for Tottenham. He's all right for England.
Did it again. Shopify's killing me. Every time I click manage the channels,
It wipes your whole thing. Yeah, it did it to me earlier as well. Launch it first and then wipe it. If Potter doesn't work out for Chelsea, who replaces him? Fuck. I mean, I don't know. I need to scroll up. I missed a few comments before.
He's shit everywhere. I don't know who that was.
Big week of EPL ahead. Top four could take shape over the next 7 days. It certainly could. Who took Abu's Connor? I don't know. He's shit everywhere. Saka, Jude, and Rashford will take England to Euro glory. I hope so. Get Tony up front. Agreed. Tammy also deserves a run too. Kane to Old Trafford. United to be stupid, I think, but probably. Kane is overrated. Yeah, probably not wrong. I just thought you were wearing a fluoro. Yeah, that's what Rod said before. Geordies could cement top five if you beat Man U and West Ham and other results go out way. There you go. Put Lampard back in. I don't think Lampard gets another managed gig at Chelsea, to be honest. Mourinho coming back in the next 2 years. Would love it. Who deserves to go into the Hall of Fame next? Have a look who's in it right now.
John Arnrisa.
EPL Hall of Fame. Let's have a look.
All right. Minis up for those who want to chase a big spot in the big break.
Oh, there you go. It's a vote.
Son, is it a vote?
For Hall of Fame, you can vote, yeah. I'll bring everyone over, I guess.
The mini is sold out, but that's because I didn't put any in stock. What the hell?
There's the current Hall of Fame vote. Tony Adams, Sol Campbell, Michael Carrick, Petr Cech, Andy Cole, Ashley Cole, Defoe, Les and Rio Ferdinand, Robbie Fowler, Gary Neville, Owen, Terry, Yaya, and Vidic. All just fantastic players. Can't take anything away from any of them. I read that guy. I just didn't read it out. Oh, that's just me. I need to not be like this. And then do this. Right, I don't know how to make us side by side again. That's your job.
We you have to stop screen sharing. I think.
Oh, that's okay. I can do that. Hey. I see what people said. Yaya, Shearer. I think Shearer's already in it, isn't he? He
Surely.
must be. Rio and Tony. Tony and Sol. Surely JT gets in. I agree. Terry, Yaya, Ferdinand. Yaya, JT, and Petta. Fowler. Carrick is
Yep.
underrated.
You don't want to. You don't want a tour of my office at the moment. Trust me. Those boxes behind me are actually empty Prism cases that because I just throw them over my shoulder when they're done. There's as many as I've broken. I haven't emptied my office since we started.
The current Hall of Fame. The newest teams were Arthur and Sir Alex Ferguson. Last year's inductees were Paddy Vieira, Wayne Rooney, Ian Wright, Peter Schmeichel, Sergio Aguero, Vincent Kompany, Didier Drogba, and Paul Scholes. The first 8 people inducted when they did it was Shearer, Henry, Cantona, Keane, Gerrard, Lampard, Bergkamp, Beckham.
Okay.
It's not a bad little class, that is. What did I miss? Shearer is already in. He is. The fuck is John Carew? Love is still up in the main.
The halcyon days of Johnny Crew and Gabby Agbon-Lahore at Villa. Gareth Barry just bossing the midfield.
Skulls is in.
Hello, Chris. Good news is you got your Casemiro spot. We sorted you out. Don't worry. You got your Casemiro spot. You owe me $20. I think
Panini should do EPL Hall of Fame autos. It would be sick.
On our top, I think Topps released a Hall of Fame set. Dean Ashton.
What about Andre Arshavin?
Don't mention his name, please.
Give Arshavin one.
Jump onto the website. Go to the sealed boxes tab, Chris. There's a direct payments one there. Just pay 20 AUD on that. If it only comes up in pounds, just add however many, whatever. Just do a Google conversion because it probably comes up in your local currency. Just whatever £20 is in $20 is in pounds. Just do that.
Aussie dollars good for pounds. Yeah, Torres isn't in it.
Torres' peak was unbelievable, but he didn't play for that long at Liverpool. He played more games for Chelsea.
He did, and he was quite shit.
Yeah.
He scored some banging goals, but overall, not great. Demba Ba autos, please. I agree. Rod does want one.
Yakubu.
Bring back Yakubu.
The big yak. Mini's moving pretty quick for the 5 spots. There's only 5 spots left. One of them is a $2,900 Haaland spot, but
he won't do it.
Imagine they did Balotelli autos as a redemption. He would never sign them ever.
Nah, no way. Imagine it'd get thrown off a bridge. I like the post that someone put up the other day saying, "What autos would you love to see?" Zlatan autos would be cool.
Zlatan would crush it, but apparently he doesn't even sign like in person.
Somehow. Got a night shift tonight. Get to watch some PL on your breaks. Hell yeah. Torres is the trader. I still like Torres as a Chelsea player. Like,
they need to release some sort of timeless moment card. And it doesn't even need to be autos. Just a set that has greatest moments. Like a Why Always Me Balotelli card would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
An Aguero.
Just a timeless moment.
Yeah, timeless moments. But even if they weren't autos, they were just a short print or something.
But imagine they did soccer 1-1.
Yeah, that'd be just next level.
Oh.
They
would
could even
be
they could even drop them into, like, imagine the color blast design, but the image on the card was that famous image.
yeah, that'd be sick.
Like Aguero's got one with his shirt whipping around his head.
Oh, if only we could talk to Panini.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the Gerrard slip. Came
Balotelli
twice.
snuck into a friend of mine's DMs a couple of years back. Please
Good
tell
luck.
me, Please tell me he or she followed up with it.
Cantona flying kick card would be cool. Van Persie diving header. I know it's on the kaboom, but the timeless moments would be sick.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick. That is a great moment. Zidane headbutt. Can you imagine a timeless moments where he's just head straight into the fella's chest?
Could get Didier getting held back by his teammates. Timeless moment.
You could get Ivanovic being bitten by Suarez.
a dual Ivanovic and Chiellini auto.
That'd be sick.
Both of them getting chunks taken out of them.
Yeah,
Like,
Zidane headbutt would be sick.
Dan, you like soccer.
We don't talk about Maradona, hand of God.
Yeah, the Didier, it's a disgrace moment, just getting held back by everyone. Send it.
There's so many good ones. Peter Crouch robot.
Yeah. Peter Crouch has to be the scissor. The overhead kick.
Yeah, that'd be sick too.
Well, the Rooney overhead kick would be awesome.
Have you got any signed kits?
Me?
Yeah.
I've got a few. I've got 2 Gerrards. I've got a Mane. I've got a... What else have I got?
Guy. Not going to read that out.
Do you know what I don't have, George? Is a Berbatov.
Well, you had one.
I don't.
And you threw it out.
I don't know that I had one ever.
You definitely had one, and you definitely threw it out.
Why would I throw it out?
You did. I put it on the bottom of the box and then packed the other shit on top of it. You would have thought it was packing and thrown it out.
That is more likely, so I never took possession of it, so it doesn't count.
Well, team moments of Leicester winning the Prem. That'd be cute.
Jules Suarez never fucking up.
Wayne Bridge, John Terry Jewell.
I shall double check for you, Chris.
I can do it right now.
Yeah, it's perfect, Chris. Plenty.
Spot on.
Mini.
Rod did throw away a Berbatov signed shirt. That's exactly what he did.
I didn't. George reckons he sent it to me.
He did.
He was probably drunk when he did it.
Nah,
and
someone.
I never received a Berbatov kit. George said, I sent it to you with some cards. I said, you didn't.
Well, I did.
And that's the story.
It was supposed to be for the Neon Lights. I sent Rod a fucking Spurs signed Berbatov kit. Beckett. He lost it. Punched everyone's cards around his house and froze signed shirts away. It's exactly what he does. No, that was the good thing, Jacob. It didn't cost me a bomb. So it could have been much worse. If it was a big kit, it would have been some trouble. Hello, Emad. Yeah, it would have been some trouble if it was a big kit, but luckily it was just a Berber.
Get stuffed, Coombsy. How about the Newcastle getting relegated? Timeless moments. Or the Gakpo scores a Hattie on the final day of the season to send them to the Europa League. Tell me someone here's watch him commentate his own goals. Who?
Jacob, to be honest, when I bought it, I thought it was a white United kit, and when I took it out, it was Spurs. So, more you know. Yeah, so that happened. Who wants Neon Lights Volume 2?
The St Kilda have kicked the first 5 goals against Essendon, just walloping him. It's only 18 minutes into the game.
I'm not going to pretend like I know what that means.
It's like someone being 2-0 down 15 minutes into the game.
Oh.
Roughly.
That's not so good.
But The Saints just wouldn't have started as favourites, probably not. But they're smacking him. I don't know. Let's just put a CB so that broke. I won a CB. I won a 100 spot Raz. I'm so happy about it. Can't wait to get my card. It's coming from Perth though, so I'll probably see it in a month. It's coming from Perth.
Coombs, you paid like $150. Depends what you want. If you want just a basic one with the name down the bottom, they're pretty cheap. But if you want photos and shit put in it, it's a bit more. Would anyone ever do a repack similar to Cherry with cherry pies? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. There's so much organising involved in a repack. It's stupidly hard, especially when Cherry have got, for anyone that was at Brisbane Hobby Hangout or Melbourne Hobby Hangout, Cherry have an ongoing procession of cards coming through the door. So for them, it's a matter of just grabbing cards off the shelf and putting them into boxes. When you've actually got to go out and buy them and trying to get it right and trying to get the value right. I like the idea of the cherry pie, the fact that you know what you're getting into, and they openly say you might get a card that's worth $3, you might get a card worth $4K. I don't mind that idea because of the cheap price point. Obviously, the neon lights and the MJ diamonds I'd done before that were you're going to get a good card. So it's tricky. It's just timing wise. It's just so hard to go out and buy so many cards, then organise them and everything else. But maybe
we'd have to do a big buy day at a show.
Yeah, basically, and get it right. But yeah, it's definitely something we'll look at.
Sydney was good, Coombsy. Was busy.
No, they don't say how many are in there. But again, it's just the price point.
Our repacks every neon light series will be for breaks only. We won't even do them as personals because they're built for value.
Yeah.
So we build the sets in cards that we would want to hit if we landed the box. So they're always going to be decent.
Yeah, and I think the neon lights, obviously they talk about a floor and a ceiling for repacks, and the floor is the cheapest card you can hit, the ceiling's the highest card you can hit. The neon lights, and because they're built into breaks, the neon lights generally had a $250 floor and a $1,200 ceiling, but the boxes were $550 or whatever they were. So you knew you were going to get something of value. If the person that was in the break hit the box, they would get what they wanted. But probably 70% of the cards in the product were the price of the box, were $500 cards. So selling them as personals, most of the time people are going to get a card worth the price of the box. It's not, you're never going to get a 5x return or a 10x return like you might on the smaller cherry pie type stuff. But they're built for breaks. That's what they were built for. If you paid your $99 and you hit a card, you were going to at least 2x your money as far as that goes, and you might 10 or 12 it.
What do you mean, Howard? Throwing shade. I usually have the Brentford kit on here.
Coombsy, we had a ball at the start. We had a ball. It was a roller coaster of emotions, but by and large, I think everyone didn't do too badly.
I actually walked out up for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, I should have walked. The only reason I didn't walk out. Oh, actually, I did walk out up still. Thanks.
I bought myself a Kaboom the day after. I can actually show you the Kaboom. I bought myself a Kaboom with my winnings. Oh, that way.
Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah, so I finally made enough money to actually buy something at the show the next day.
Yeah.
Usually I lose all my spending money.
If they did the show on the Saturday and then you could go out the Saturday night, it'd be much better.
Hartono I was going to and then forgot. But thank you for wondering.
Oh, Oscar, you should have reached out, mate. We were there. We were there. It was a hell of a night. It was a hell of a night. Just a pure roller coaster it was.
Big I can't believe you didn't come to the show either.
Rude, Oscar. Rude.
What's the origin story of Neon? Did we miss that? No, we didn't. What's the origin story of Neon?
Oh, yeah.
How did it start? It's a question from Elliot.
So me to answer it, or you want to answer it?
Hey,
For me to
you're
answer.
probably better off.
So most people know that I was previously MJ's. I just to touch on my origin story, I guess. Started that June of 2020, I think. Maybe 2021. No, 2020. June of 2020. Saw a hole in the market as far as soccer, and no one was really doing soccer breaks the right way. So teamed up with MJ's, run soccer through that for a long time. Um, had always considered going out on my own, always considered doing my own thing, and obviously MJ's gave me the platform to start, which I'll always be grateful for. But as the hobby changed and the entire hobby went through a correction over the last 6 months or so, and I got more involved in it and I got more passionate about it. I said, yep, finally I want to go out on my own and have full creative control and full freedom over it. Wanted to make sure that I did it right, and there is so much involved behind the scenes to make what we do work. And it's not something that I can necessarily do on my own, or I can't do it justice on my own. And I had spoken, me, Georgie, and Tino had run Soccer Cards Australia for a long time, and I thought about my options and what do I want to do and how do I want to do it. And it was a pretty easy option, pretty easy decision to make to approach Anthony and George and say, hey, lads, this is what I'm thinking. What do you reckon? Both of them, in the blink of an eye, said, yep, we're in. There wasn't, any doubt or apprehension. It was like, yep, we're doing it. We brainstormed. I reckon from the first discussion we had a brainstorm meeting a couple of days later. And then 2-3 weeks later, we
Yeah, it
launched.
wasn't long.
Yeah, it was literally 2 or 3 weeks later that we just went. It was hammer and tong. I was doing double time. I was still working with MJs and breaking with MJs. I would finish streaming at the end of the night and then spend 3-4 hours till 4 or 5 in the morning running, like building the website and doing the back end. George is working 2 jobs and then getting the company side of things going. Tino's trying to covertly sort out our social media and stuff. It was pretty intensive, a couple of weeks where we were all doing stupid amounts of hours trying to get it all running. Obviously, I wanted to show some respect to MJ's and not just jump ship and leave it as, it was. So cleaned all that up. Then there was actually, we'd planned to launch, like, what was it, maybe 4 or 5 days after we actually did. Or maybe
Well, we initially planned mid-December, like around just the 20th, just before Chrissy, and it didn't end up working like that. And then we started on the 12th.
yeah, so it was going to be mid-December, a week or two before Christmas, and then we were building the website, and I'd been playing around testing it and stuff, and then we got all conversely. People know I get out of bed about 11 or 12 o'clock because I stay up late in the morning, and I got out of bed at 11 o'clock, and I looked at my phone, and I'd received 2 messages, and Tino had received a message saying congratulations on the new company. Like, and we're going, shit, the cat's out the bag. The cat is out the bag entirely. So we spent the next 24 hours after that. We said the cat's out the bag. I hadn't told anyone. I hadn't told MJ, so I wanted to do it right. So we, let the cat out of the bag within 4 hours of that happening because people had obviously found out somehow, and
Yeah.
we launched 48 hours later. We were doing our first
We
break.
wanted people to find out from us, so we didn't want it to be a rumor mill, basically. So as soon as someone knew, everyone had to know. That didn't work out very well, did it, Jamie?
It didn't. It didn't work out entirely to plan, but it brought us forward. We ended up, launching within 48 hours, and we had a ton of support off some really awesome people. Won't name people because I'll probably miss some, but we did have some awesome support off some incredible people along the way, and we jumped in. We jumped straight in. Tino snitched. Where did we
Where
come up
did
with
you come
Neon?
up with?
What do you remember some of our other names?
I can show the people if we want. I mean, there's no harm in not now, I guess.
Yeah. So we had a few other names. George was pumping out logos, and George loves his graphic design. He designed all the graphics for the website and everything else. So he was just firing out logos and stuff into our group chat until
I'll
something.
I'll show you all some of the designs we didn't go for, because I mean we might as well now. Someone will probably see this and steal them, but that's okay. Which one is it this one? It is.
Yep. Glitch Breaks was close. That was like number 2, I reckon.
It was.
So
These weren't necessarily logos; they were kind of just design, like branded, like guidelines, kind of. So Neon was fairly early, but we didn't iron out what we wanted for quite a while. Obviously, got a bit closer. So these were all the things we nearly went for. That's our actual logo, close enough to.
Yeah.
That's it. So, but outside that, there was all these other ones I played with: dice, stars, arrows, cards. There you go. There's another one.
Future
Future.
Breaks.
Glitch. We messed with Glitch quite a lot.
Yeah, we were really close to Glitch.
Neon, obviously. Once we got it, I changed a lot of my previous designs to Neon to see how they looked. Class, Lucky. Like this was over probably 2-3 weeks. I went through and created like a billion different designs. Look at Bounty Breaks. I like the Bounty Breaks design.
Where's
That's the logo I did for someone. Don't worry about those. Voodoo. There was just, like the design process was basically pump as many out as we can, and then finite some details once the boys found something they liked, and then just kept building from that. So
yeah, so we had some criteria. We wanted to make sure it was a name that couldn't be mistaken for anything. We wanted to make sure it was a name that didn't already exist. We wanted it to be short, and we wanted it to be phonetically spoken. So if someone jumps on a stream or if someone hears Neon, it can't be mistaken for anything else. There's no other neons that sort of come through. You know, you Google neon trading cards and we come up. So it's we did have a bunch of criteria we wanted to do and have. Like glitch breaks comes up, and I think that was the main reason we didn't go with glitch, because you Google glitch and it comes up with all this computer troubleshooting websites and all the rest of it.
yeah.
So that's how we ended up there.
It's basically it's easy to say. It's easy to, like, instead of calling us Neon Trading Cards, everyone calls us Neon. So we've got something that's abbreviated. You can't type it wrong no matter where you are. So it's just easy. Nice one, guy. I like the green neon. Yeah, a lot of them were cool. 2 balls, 1 break.
Rod's EPL Prizm Hobby 101 breaks wouldn't be very popular. Tell you what, guy. Tell you what, you're a big tough guy from 5,000 kilometres away, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm happy with our final decision. Obviously, you can see how much other stuff we went through to get there, but we got there. And the whole design aspect and color ratio is incredible. I love playing with like the neon pinks and greens and blacks and stuff. So there's tons of cool design things that we can do with it, which is another reason. Look, shirts looks good. Business cards.
There's 3 of us, Michael. So there's 3 of us. Georgie's better half looks after a lot of our social side of things and obviously helps with all the sorting. Tino's better half helps him with all the sorting and stuff. Tino's brother-in-law helps him with some sorting. Young Lucas helps me with the sorting. So Lucas is a superstar. He sorts me out for that. We've got a marketing guru. John is our marketing guru who looks after all the marketing stuff. So me, George, and Anthony run it, but there is 3 or 4 other people behind the scenes that make the magic happen, so to speak.
If you have a look at our logo, the 3 in Roman numerals in the middle is for a reason. It's not just there to look pretty.
Indeed.
Yeah. Thanks, Jack.
Do we have any other questions?
The logo's there for a reason. So that's some background on Neon.
There was only 11 left in the mini out of 30 to start. BJ sleeving, Bo Jamie sleeving was a great help when I was first starting off, when I first started doing case breaks and shit myself. That's when it was just me and my missus. BJ Sleeving came through a hell of a lot. It was awesome. Coombsy, we're getting a hell of a lot. We're getting a hell of a lot. We have
Yes.
about 200 plus individual or unique orders a week, customers a week, which is absolutely blowing our minds. Where we like to think we're fairly humble as far as, we're regular guys. As anyone that's been to the pub or casino or card show will attest. But yeah, we're our minds are constantly blown with how many. When we dropped the prison break before, there was 90 people on the website at once. There was 90 people sussing out the 3 caser, which is just, gives me anxiety. When I was doing the PYT and I don't think I breathed for 45 minutes, which was good fun.
Yeah, it's good. We're getting tons of exposure through socials as well. Like we're getting thousands and thousands of people seeing the post and just the Instagram page every day, which is cool. Paves, it's last year's away kit, the one that we wore in the World Cup.
Yeah, the neon side of things, we can't, like the whole, we have a marketing manager and he looks after our ads and all that sort of stuff, but we can't get it right without feedback from you guys as well. So if breathed enough to get on Mr. Brightside, I did that earlier this morning and you gave me the tip, Ev. That was earlier this morning.
Yeah, I messaged Prue. We sorted it.
So if you guys do see our ads and you want feedback on the ads, we love feedback, regardless of what it is. Good feedback, negative feedback, we need to know so we can tweak the way we do things. People are always giving us feedback on the website. The website's pretty good, but it's not perfect. So anything that you guys can do, if you see one of our posts around, things like giving it a little thumbs up, giving it a like, writing a comment on our post, that's what helps us reach more people. The more people we reach, the more breaks like this 3K so we can fill. We're doing everything in our power to run the breaks at industry leading value. If you compare us point for point with one break, you might find a spot cheaper here or there, but overall, there's no one that offers the value that we do, especially when you look at the points back system. You get points back, which is essentially a cashback system. So to continue doing all that stuff and the giveaways, we gave away 3 boxes of Prizm Hobby during the release, amongst other things. We gave away $200 worth of break credit because we didn't hit a case hit in last night's case. So we want to do all that. If you guys can drop us a thumbs up, drop us a comment on any of our posts that you see floating around, that's what helps us reach more people. Because it's all, whether it's Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, the whole lot, it needs to work. It's around the website that the price of the spot you're looking at to buy holds. That's one thing I do need to look at doing is, I know what you mean, especially on when there's like a 90 spot break. You got to click a spot, scroll down, click a spot, scroll down. So, I know that's one of my to-do lists. Rod in a bikini break. No one wants to see that.
Shout out to the mods on SCA. Yeah, shout out to the mods doing the Lord's work on SCA as well. John, Nick, and Tom. They help us out a lot. We obviously
will be running some duck races later too. We'll be running some duck races after the 3K. So
you can finally get Granite Quacker in.
Granite Quacker is going to make his debut. We might even run some pogo races and unicorn races. And
leprechauns.
Do you know what, guy? I've got a special secret. I have a case of choice in my house. I have a case of Prizm Choice in my house, and it's taking all of my willpower not to just rip it open.
I'm very tempted to send Guy a link to joins just so we can have a chat with him, but I'm also worried.
Piss off, Dad. How do you join the duck race? You've just got to be on stream when we run them, Alan. You've got to be on stream when we run the duck races. Then you put your duck name in, and we race the ducks. And someone wins, usually more than one person. Prizm Choice, Ev. Prizm Choice.
The new one.
In my house. The case is in my house. There is bugger all of it around, guys. We're likely to have maybe 2 cases. I've got 1 at the moment, and the one I've got is off my best supplier. So I'm in trouble.
I haven't heard back yet, so hopefully...
We literally have put the feelers out to everyone in the globe that we know to try and get more choice, because at the moment it's looking like there's only going to be a couple of cases. It's not going to be like hobby, which is a good thing because, like choice was in World Cup Prism, it'll be really short print. Just about, Paves, just about. I can't break it until the 5th, I think it is.
How'd you
Yeah,
find that out, Evan?
You've been told Neb Kucho is gone. Ooh. I think Wednesday we can break choice. I was thinking of duck names the other day for some reason. That's brilliant.
What'd you come up with? Don't tell me you thought about it for all that time and then didn't come up with anything.
Yeah, so Guy, the choice is now a Australia Asia exclusive. So of course the Americans and Europeans will get some because they just import it from those suppliers. But it is Australia Asia exclusive, so that's why there's not so much of it around. Breakaway, there'll be tons. It's always great chats. Don't take shit to heart. It is. That's one of the good things, Alan, and that's what we tell people when they first come in. I give a lot of shit, and often I think, oh, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should try and be impartial and not, hang shit on my rivals being a Liverpool supporter and all the rest of it. But everyone gives me as much shit as I hand out, so we should be right. Jesus, Jamie, if that's the best name you came up with.
But
Very unlikely that they'll do any multi cases, Mr. Embry. Very unlikely they'll be doing any multi cases. Banter is a must, and that's the self-deprecating Australian humour is priceless. I'm sure if anyone spent as much time on the internet as I have, then you've accidentally upset an American, and to all of our American friends, I apologise. But Americans lack the ability to self-deprecate and to make fun of themselves or take the piss and that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's that many times when you try and go in with some Aussie/UK humour and it just misses the mark entirely, and you find yourself in a blue.
happens quick.
It does, and we want our streams and our chats, and when we go live, we don't go live just to sell breaks. The breaks will fill as long as we're doing everything right. We want everyone to jump on and buy in. We enjoy people sliding into the DMs and asking us for advice. That's where we all started, and that's why we started Soccer Cards Australia. I counted before, and the pick your player thing obviously had a decent impact on it, but I've got 74 active Facebook conversations just from the last 24 hours. But we love it. We love it. It's awesome fun. So make sure you're always jumping on stream, having a laugh, having a chat. We talk about all topics from elephants in India to cards to whatever it is. What's
What's
favorite?
the first overseas trip? Singapore.
Was that what's your first overseas trip?
No, the first overseas trip for Neon.
Oh, for Neon, yeah, Singapore.
We're going to go to Singapore and see all our homies.
Yeah, we need to go. We need to do Singapore. I'm going to try and do the national, which is Chicago in July, but we've got to wait to see what these releases do.
I'm in England in September, Chris.
Excellent.
I'll be in England for at least a month, potentially a little bit longer, but probably around 4 weeks' time. So if there's any card shows or anything, I'll be getting down there. I'll probably host a beers in London too for all our UK members if they want to come, because I know we got a few of them, so it'll be cool to meet up with everyone.
There is a card show in Vegas. It's not a card show; it's the Mint Collective, which is a industry summit. I went to the Beckett Industry Summit in November last year. The Mint is just an independent one that's run. There's a lot of guys over there. I would have loved to have made it, but it was just, too soon for us. That's in Vegas, and I'm not in a rush to go back to Vegas, if I'm honest.
Guy, I'm not over till September.
Oh, rough.
Ouch. Yeah, so I'll be in England in September. Catch any card shows we can.
Yeah, I'm not. Who's saying Chicago, Rod? I am going to Chicago. I'm all going well. I'm going to Chicago.
We're sending Rod as our correspondent.
Yeah, that's the plan. I want to go to the National. It'll be a quick in and out job. Get to catch up with my boy Cliffy, who I think is about 3 hours from Chicago.
He can make the trip.
Yeah, he will. We're going to try and go to a St. Louis FC game. They've just got a brand.
Oh, they're my new MLS team.
Yeah, they just got a brand. Have you seen their stadium? It's unreal.
Yeah, I was talking to Cliff about them the other day. They're
Yeah.
my new MLS team. I love them.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I don't know anything about them, but I love them.
Indeed, hit the like button on YouTube, follow on Twitch, like or follow on the socials. That's how we can continue to grow. Me and you in Vegas, Ev, we will run that joint.
Yeah, book
Vegas
flight.
is like just next level though. Vegas is Vegas is an odd place. It wasn't anything like what I was expecting it to be in Vegas. I was expecting it to be a bit more jovial, a bit more fun.
The 3-caser will run as soon as it's full. We've got, I'll tell you right now, 10 left in the mini for Alvarez, Son and Friends, and only 3 in the main. So it'll run as soon as they're gone. Have a good lunch, guy. Ugh. Yeah, Vegas will be cool.
For lunch, Mr. Embry.
Boo. Did anyone buy Brentford others yet? Let me have a look. Oh, someone doesn't want a payday. How are they still there?
The other spots, genuinely, are like it's 3 cases. So that's $60 a case for Brentford, and you're only missing Keane Lewis Potter, who's 1 card in the set. Palace are only missing Olise and a $50 a case. Forest others are $60 a case, but Forest have got autos and everything. West Ham others are $60 a case as well. It's madness.
Good stuff left. No, we won't be opening a store. No brick and mortar for us. Not in the near future, anyway. Never say never, but right now, definitely not.
Haaland's a big chase. It's a massive chase. There is some huge rewards. I mean, 8K US for a gold Haaland.
You grab a syndicate with 5 mates and you can get it cheap.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not these 3 case breaks. A lot of people will look at them like a regular break and say, I need to hit 1 card worth the spot price. It's not that. It's hitting multiple cards. You buy another spot, you're going to hit multiple cards across 3 cases. You hit 3 $50 cards for the Bs, and there's your spot price covered for, even if you don't get a massive hit. You need to hit 10 $20 cards, and you are in front on your swap price from the other spots. That's across 36 boxes with 36 autos with likely, we hope, 30 cards to 25 or less. They're about accumulating these big breaks. You obviously hope that you hit the one monster. You hope the Haaland spot hits a gold. But if you walk out of the Haaland spot with an auto and it's a 25, then you're in front. So it's a balance. It's a balance, and of course, make sure you're having fun.
And you have to buy off that.
While doing it, I know that $180 at Star City last week did not bring me too much joy. Certainly didn't give me 3 cases of joy.
No. Oh, hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Georgie's got an NBA break to run.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and tell my family I still exist. And it's been good. Thanks for jumping on. Any more questions? We're happy to chat. Are we having a neon poker night? It'd be nice. Have to be Sydney or Melbourne. Maybe around one of the next hobby hangouts we can do.
Yeah, why not?
Oh no! How did we get a Manchester United emote? Let's do something about that.
Someone else's. Many people who watch your breaks and don't actually join break only. Yeah, plenty of them. Plenty of people.
these days we're getting sort of 40 to 50 viewers on average per stream. It usually peaks around 60 or 70 and drops down to 30 or so. So yeah, we get tons of people that jump in all the time. And that's what we wanted to create when we first set out. We want to create a place that people can just hang out. So we encourage people to jump on and talk shit. Plenty of people do it. Everyone says Twitch is awesome. That's lots of people. We try and offer entertainment. We try and offer somewhere enjoyable to be. So if you enjoy it, hang out.
Don't have to be in the break to have a good time.
No. Costs you nothing to get on stream and have a laugh.
That's very true.
All right. Well, we'll give it 60 seconds if anyone's got another topic to chat about. If not, we'll jump off and Georgie will run his NBA break. Minnie's got 8 or 9 spots left in it for Alvarez, Son, and the other crew.
Hashtag Banaboo.
Hashtag John won't win.
I like that hashtag.
You go, Ekis. I watch all the time, but I've only entered about 2 breaks. I watch so many breaks. I get off breaking and I watch more breaks. It's a disease. Origins. 2 Origins. Georgie did 2 Origins for $99 a spot because
cheap.
Unreal.
Rob was going to beat me up.
They are the cheapest Origins in the world.
It's very true.
But we work hard to, luckily my suppliers like me and we get looked after by our suppliers because that's what it's all about. If I can buy boxes cheaper, then we break them cheaper. It's amazing. So yeah, we get some good deals on product. That helps us out. Oh yeah, we can 3-1. Boo. All right. We are off and Georgie will be live in probably 5 or 10 minutes to run his Origins. We'll also be running the Alvarez Mini as soon as it's full, and I'm probably going to get a Haaland Mini up shortly. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.